Dan Towriss, CEO Guggenheim Life, but more important to this day, you're an Indianapolis resident making a major commitment to the growth and development of workforce training in Indianapolis. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, really as the company has grown here in the Indianapolis area and as we've achieved successful milestones in a number of areas, we felt like it was important to give back to the community in which we work and live. And so as we worked with civic leaders like former Mayor Greg Ballard to talk about what issues would move the needle here locally, and so we centered on workforce issues around women in tech. Yeah. And that fit very well with what with the core values at Guggenheim and what we're trying to do in our communities to bring about social change and economic and community development at the same time.
A commitment, just to outline the parameters of it, a 3-year commitment, hopefully more, beginning around Labor Day next year at the Brickyard Crossing, the Speedway course. It's right here. But sports as economic development, really important as you combine it with tech as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because sports creates the fan base, the passion, and what we want to do is we want to bring awareness to certain issues as well as funding, and so being able to create that momentum and passion for charitable contributions to various issues that we think will be important to those tech initiatives. We started with robotics competitions statewide in Indiana, again impacted some 40,000 kids. Over 300 schools have already signed up for that, and as we work our way from school-age kids up into women that are already in the workforce or looking to re-enter the workforce, whether it's career retraining, mentoring programs, but being able to create those opportunities to get into the tech fields, which will also meet the demand that we see from the tech side, where they want to see greater diversity in the workforce and have more women in tech, bluntly, and so we want to help create that opportunity starting here in Indianapolis.
It's a little self-serving, but that's not why you're doing it. I mean, the bottom line is a trained workforce is good for all corporations in a community, right?
Absolutely, and so it's good for Indianapolis, and I think it'll be good for us in the long term. And so again, it's a long-term economic development program because we're starting with school-age kids, and then we're also working with folks that'll bring an impact today. And so we think by having a broad-based initiative across a spectrum of ages, that it'll achieve what we want to see here in Indy and have that foundational community support. We've seen in other communities when the economic component breaks down, and while certain businesses might be successful socially, things start to fray at the edges. And so we think it's important to support economic and community development, again starting with school-age kids, so that we can build a strong foundation for the state of Indiana.
Well, and the interesting diversity, obviously, Tech Point for youth. You've got the career transitioning, the STEM. That impacts people of different ages, and the commonality of it is female, but it's also tech in all aspects of it. So talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, and so I think, as we look at, again, young school-age girls, I think giving them this opportunity, just the confidence that comes with it. You often hear, as they get to these fields and they understand what the applications are, what it can mean, and just, as it expands their horizons, it just gives that opportunity for tremendous impact.
So, we're in the mind of somebody who has the ability to make some strategic decisions relative to what you would traditionally call sports marketing for Guggenheim Life and its affiliates. You could buy stadium signs, you could buy stadium naming. So how do you evaluate the return on social issues that you're getting involved in now?
Right. Well, a lot of it starts with the engagement of our employees. I think it's very important that they have this opportunity to engage with the community and to give back, and so that it strengthens our existing workforce. It'll create awareness for Guggenheim. I think again, that's not our goal. We're not branding the tournament with that as the forefront, but I think at the same time, we want to be caught doing good things, and I think it'll create awareness for our brand. There will be exposure that comes with that, outreach to customers, and so we want, whether it's attracting talent into our organization or attracting new customers to our business, both of those we would see as a return on investment.
And one of the things that people in sports business try to understand is the economic impact of what happens in an event. And a lot of the discussion is about tourism and awareness. Here, it's a lot different because a commitment that you're making, which is a significant financial commitment on an annual basis, that has a return based on business growth, not really just tourism or other kind of growth. Very unique. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so again, we hope that it's business growth. We also, the relationships that we create with other businesses who will also provide sponsorships to certain events, the events that we create around the tournament, not just the golf. So what happens outside the ropes will be very important. It's not just what's inside the ropes, that's going on here. And so having the opportunity to work on all of those, and again, as we get closer to the tech community, that'll benefit our business, the financial services business as well. FinTech is a big, growing operation, and so as we see the interaction, the intersection of the tech world, the financial services world, we'll continue to create additional partnerships. And so from the business standpoint, that's a good thing.
And you're a national guy and an international guy. You're an Indy-based person, but your company is a national international company. So this whole workforce training and development template, there's an opportunity to take it beyond Indianapolis, is there not?
Absolutely. And so I think we certainly want to focus on doing things right here locally and getting it right, but we also want to try to create a blueprint that we think is portable to other communities where either the business opportunities, the needs of that community and whatnot match up, and where we see another platform where we can reach the effectiveness levels that we want to reach, both again for social change as well as business development and economic development.
And business karma is an amazing thing, because you're doing this because you want to do the right thing, yet after the announcement's been made, your golf game has become stratospheric. It's become so much better. How does that make you feel?
Well, as long as I'm beating you, it's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, that about tells you all you want to know. Thank you.